Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Neetu Jain, working as Associate Professor at Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi. Today, we are going to discuss about the topic Return on Investment of Training. Before starting the discussion, let's have a look at the contents. Introduction to Return on Investment, that is ROI of training, training costs and benefits, type of costs, determining benefits, making the analysis, practical considerations in determining ROI, followed by summary. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the concept of return on investment of training, describe various types of costs incurred in a training program, conduct a cost benefit analysis for a training program, determine return on investment of training. Introduction to return on investment. Calculating return on investment is the process of determining the economic benefits of a training program. ROI is an important training outcome. There is an increased interest in measuring the ROI of training and development programs because of the need to show the results of these programs to justify funding and to increase the status of training and development function. Most trainers and managers believe that there is a value provided by the training activities such as productivity, customer service, improvement, cost reduction, time saving or decreased employee turnover. It is therefore important to understand how to calculate ROI through cost benefit analysis. Cost benefit analysis is the process of determining the economic benefits of a training program using accounting methods which involves determining training costs and benefits. Training cost information is important in order to understand total expenditure for training, including direct and indirect costs, to compare the costs of alternative training programs, to evaluate the proportion of money spent on training, development, administration and evaluation, as well as to compare money spent on training for different group of employees and to control costs. How to calculate ROI? We need to follow these steps in order to calculate ROI. Number 1, identify outcomes such as quality or accidents. Second, place a value on the outcomes. Third, determine the change in performance after eliminating other potential influences on training results. Fourth, obtain an annual amount of benefits from training by comparing results after training to results before training in dollars. 5. Determine the training costs, direct costs plus indirect costs plus development costs plus overhead costs plus compensation for trainees. Sixth, calculate the total savings by subtracting the training cost from benefits. Calculate the ROI by dividing benefits by costs. The ROI gives an estimate of the dollar return expected from each dollar invested in training. Types of costs in training programs. 1. Development cost. 2. Direct cost. 3. Indirect cost. 4. Overhead cost. 5th. Participant compensation. 6th. Evaluation cost. Measuring benefits. There are 2 types of benefits. First is direct or indirect benefit. Second one could be immediate benefit or long-term benefit of a training program. Direct benefits. In case of introducing or teaching new skills, it is comparatively easier to measure direct benefits of a training program. For example, a learner who did not possess computer skills is after training able to give output on the computer. It is a safe conclusion that it is the result of the training. Similarly, if the trainee is required 3 hours to do a particular job for want of skills, and after training he or she is able to do the same job in 2 hours, this reduction in time can be attributed to training. This is the direct benefit of training. To calculate benefit, for example, if 5 people work for 4 hours overtime every day at the cost of rupees 5 per hour, it would cost rupees 100 per day. Overtime cost per day would be rupees 100. Overtime cost per month would be rupees 2500. Cost of rework delays would be rupees 250. The company can calculate the training cost against recurring overtime cost and therefore can be recovered in 1 year's training. Indirect benefits of training. Performance discrepancy before and after training can be with a certain degree of authenticity attributed to training in areas like reduction in number of grievances, improvement in punctuality and discipline, better appraisal reporting and feedback, improvement in organizational climate, reduction in customer complaints. Long-term benefits. There are certain areas of training which require lead time to show results, such as creative and problem solving skills, team and leadership skills, improved human relations, better communication ability, and a number of other areas where benefits are not demonstrated but perceived and felt in the organizational and work context over a period of time, not in short run. Case of calculating ROI in an organization. To determine Mayo's return on investment, the HR department calculated that 1/3 of 84 employees retained would have left Mayo as a result of dissatisfaction. That is, 29 employees would have left it. The department believed that this retention was due to the impact of training. Mayo's cost of single employee turnover was calculated to be 75% of average total compensation, or $42,000 per employee. Multiplying $42,000 by 29 employees retained equals a saving of $6,09,000. However, the cost of training programs needs to be considered. If the annual cost of training programs, that is $1,25,000, is subtracted from the savings, the new saving amount is $4,84,000. These numbers are based on estimates, but even if the net savings figure were cut in half, the ROI is still over 100%. By being able to quantify the benefits delivered by the programs, Mayo's HR department achieved greater credibility within the company. Case study of ROI of an organization. A wood plant produced panels that contractors used as building materials. The plant employed 300 workers, 48 supervisors and 7 shift superintendents and 1 plant manager. The business had 3 problems. Number 1, 2% of the wood panels produced each day were rejected because of poor quality. Number 2, the production area was experiencing poor housekeeping, such as improperly stacked finished panels that would fall on employees. Number 3, the number of preventable accidents was higher than the industry average. To correct these problems, the supervisors, shift superintendents and plant manager attended training in performance management and interpersonal skills related to quality problems and poor work habits of employees. Another is rewarding employees for performance improvement. Training was conducted in a hotel close to the plant. The training program was a purchased videotape and the instructor for the training program was in-house consultant. Table shows each type of cost and how it was determined. The benefits of training program were identified by considering the objectives of the training program and the types of outcome the training program was to influence. Determining costs for a cost benefit analysis. Direct cost of instructor would be 0 as in-house instructor is used. Cost would be $125 per day for 12 days, which will come out to be around $1,500. Fringe benefit cost would be 25% of salary, which would come out to be around $375. No travel expenses involved as the training is conducted on the job in the organization's classroom only. Materials involved cost is $60 multiplied by 56 trainees, which will come out to be around $3,360. Cost of classroom space and audio visual equipment $50 a day at the rate for 12 days. Classroom space and audio visual equipment cost would be $50 per day, and for 12 days it will come out to be around $600. Cost of refreshment for 56 trainees for 3 days at the rate of $4 per day would come out to be around $672. So, by adding all these heads, total direct costs can be calculated, which will come out to be around $6,507. Indirect costs involved in the program. Training management costs would be 0. Clerical and administrative salaries would be $750. Fringe benefits would again be 25% of the salary, $187. Postage, shipping and telephone would be 0. Pre and post training learning materials for 56 trainees would be $224. Therefore, total indirect cost would be $1,161. Development cost. Fee for program purchase would be $3,600. Instructor training cost would be registration fee cost $1,400. Travel and lodging cost $975. Salary would be $625. Benefits would be $156. Therefore, total development cost would come out to be around $6,756. Overhead costs would be general organizational support and top management time, which would be around 10% of direct, indirect and development cost, and the figure would be $1,443. Therefore, by adding these heads, total overhead cost would come out to be around $1,443. Compensation for trainees. Trainees' salaries and benefits based on the time away from the job would come out to be around $16,969. Total training cost would be $32,836. Therefore, cost per trainee would be $587. Determining benefits for a cost benefit analysis. Operational result area, quality of panels, how measured, percentage required. Results before training would be 2% panels were rejected, therefore 1440 panels per day. Results before training and results after training. If we compare, we can see the difference. 2% panels were rejected before training. After training, 1.5 panels were rejected. Difference is 0.5%, that is 360 panels per day. And if we express it in dollars, it would come out to be around $720 per day or $1,72,800 panels per year. Operational result area could be housekeeping, And how measured? It could be through visual inspection using 20-item checklist, results before training, maybe 10 defects on an average, results after training, 2 defects on an average. So, what is the difference? Difference is 10 minus 2, 8 defects, and if we express it in dollar terms, not measurable in dollar terms. Another operational result area would be preventable accidents. How it can be measured? Of course, on the basis of number of accidents and by calculating the direct cost of accidents. Results before training would be 24 accidents per year, and in monetary terms $1,44,000 accidents per year. Results before training. Number of accidents were 24 per year, after training it was 16 per year. So, what is the difference? Difference is 8 accidents per year. If we convert it in monetary terms, then it will come out to be around $48,000 per year. Now, how to calculate the ROI? ROI is equal to return divided by investment, or is equal to operating results divided by training costs. So, we have already reached this figure of $2,20,800, and investment cost or total training cost we have reached is $32,836. We divide above figure with this figure, we will get 6.7 ROI. Total savings would be $1,87,964. Return on expectations, that is ROE. Return on expectations is used as an estimate in an ROI analysis. Verizon Communications uses training return on expectation. Prior to training senior managers who are financially accountable for a training program, they are asked to identify their expectations regarding what the training program should accomplish, as well as a current estimate of the current issue or a problem. After training, senior managers are asked whether their expectations were met or not, and they are encouraged to attach a monetary value to those met expectations. That is how they calculate return on expectation. A.T. Kearney. This management consultancy firm tracks the success of its training by how much business is generated from past clients. Similarly, Cisco Systems tracks how often its partners return to its website for additional instruction. Therefore, companies are now using creative ways to measure costs and benefit of training. Practical considerations in determining ROI. ROI analysis may not be appropriate for all training programs. Training programs which are best suited for ROI analysis have clearly identified outcomes. For training programs that focus on soft outcomes, for example, attitudes, interpersonal skills, team building skills, leadership skills, it may be more difficult to estimate the value. Showing the link between training and market share gain or other higher level strategic business outcomes can be very problematic. These outcomes can be influenced by too many other factors which are not directly related to training. Therefore, measurement of training can often be very expensive. Verizon Communications employs 2,40,000 people. The company estimates that it spends approximately $5,000 for an ROI study. Given the large number of training programs the company offers, it is too expensive to conduct an ROI for each program. Summary. It is important to calculate return on investment for a training program. There is a cost of every program along with some benefits which could or could be visible, could not be visible in short run. Organizations are increasingly relying on assessing the ROI of a training program. However, it is not easy to calculate ROI. Yet, there are methods which can help an organization in this process. This module discussed various training costs and benefits and also steps in calculating ROI along with practical considerations in calculating ROI. That's all friends. Thank you.